Thanks, guys. Okay, so, hi, how are you? Would you like to tell us your name and what day it is?
Bill Bonner, Saturday,
October 26th.
26th of October, 2019.
Okay. So, Bill, could you tell us a little bit about your background, maybe a little about your family, your parents, and maybe in some ways how that sort of made you who you are and open to whatever?
Okay, well, I was born and raised on the south side. My parents were divorced when I was 4 years old, and I was basically raised by my grandfather and my mother and grandmother, and my siblings all lived in their house. My grandfather and all of his sons and brothers and father, they were all firemen. My grandfather's a pretty hardcore guy.
What do you mean by that?
He was tough and he beat you up. And there was only one way, it was his way. So we weren't getting along, and I remember it was my 16th birthday, and my grandfather told me to hold a shovel this way, and I wasn't holding it the way he wanted me to. So he snuck up on me and hit me in the head with a hammer. Because I didn't hold the shovel the way so I told him to go shit in his head and a few other things. So we didn't get along real well. And I left the house probably when I was 17. How I got involved?
Well, can I ask you, like, so then you hadn't graduated from high school, so where did you go then? And so you left home.
Yeah, well, I was in Rising Up Angry.
Okay, so you went.
I went right from home to Rising Up Angry. Probably how I got involved with Rising Up Angry, I went to Central Y High School downtown. I had been thrown out of St. Rita High School, St. Leo High School.
Bad boy.
Yeah, I had I didn't handle authority too well. I guess I rebelled. As a result, I used to get into it with the police. I hated the police, and the police pretty much hated me. Before I was in Rising Up Angry, I hated the police. I organized guys in my neighborhood to throw rocks at the police.
Why did you hate the police?
Because they would beat me up.
Why did they beat you up?
Probably I had a smart mouth. I wasn't afraid of when I talked back to them. They weren't as tough as my grandfather. They didn't impress me. While I was in Central Wido, I heard Fred Hampton speak. I went to a thing at the Civic Center, Daily Center now, and I heard Fred Hampton speak, and he was very impressive. And he didn't like the police. So I knew I liked this guy. And then he was killed. And I thought, Jesus, was that guy I seen? I seen the thing in Rising Up Angry, and I don't know who. Well, Michael James told me today the first time he seen me was at Central Y. I don't necessarily remember that. I'm sure that's probably where we met, but I don't know. But, you know, Rising Up Angry was in the neighborhoods, and I ran into them, and I started hanging out. I liked what they were talking about, and it was, I was a young kid, and I thought, yeah, this is what I want to do.
What did you actually do in Rising Up Angry?
Well, other than hate on the police, I was involved in a legal program. Now, some of it may have been self-serving because I had been arrested so many times